Get inside! Oh my God, run! They're coming over the roof!
Oh my gosh, that was awesome.
Holy shit! Oh my God!
Oh my God, look at them! Get out of the way, they're everywhere! Help me!
Night falls. When everything seems calm, that's when the predator steps out of the dark. The raccoon. Slow, hidden, waiting for its chance. Small, harmless at first glance, but once it finds a way into the coop, an entire flock can vanish overnight. On a farm, every life has value. Protecting it isn't a choice, it's a duty. Tonight, we stand here, not to attack, but to keep this land at peace. If you care about nature, farm life, and the real world out there, subscribe and be part of Famigo Farm. The night is still long. Behind those quiet frames, that's where the real story begins. It's late. Out here on the farm, a soft breeze brushes against the tin roof, and the steady hum of insects plays like a familiar country lullaby. Those sounds aren't loud, but they're clear enough to tell when something breaks the rhythm of an ordinary night. The infrared alarm light flashes. Something's moving in the backyard. On the screen, the glint of reflective eyes. A low, cautious gait. Its body hugs the ground, moving as if this place is part of its old route. We step out from the porch, heading toward the left fence line. The wind shifts just right. Our scent stays behind us. That patch of dirt was cleared earlier, dry enough to walk without a sound. The creature stops near the fence. Its head tilts slightly, eyes scanning the area as if memorizing a map. The front paws lift, resting on the same old wooden beam it's touched many nights before. My hand finds the rifle, a motion that's almost instinct now. The stance comes naturally, steady and quiet. The eyes stay locked, never leaving the figure in the distance. Behind that raccoon is the feed shed. The smell of grain, dried meat, and old hay drifts out. A mix strong enough to bring it back night after night. No one speaks. Each person holds their assigned spot. Every breath is measured, just enough not to shake the sight line. The raccoon out there moves slowly, but with confidence. It checks every marker. The post, the water barrel, the crack in the concrete, all signs it's been here before. We hold our ground. No chasing, no sudden moves. Just waiting for every piece to fall into place. When the distance steadies, the target fits cleanly into the scope. The finger tightens. One smooth motion, no signal needed. The only sound is the crisp click of the trigger. Then, the night falls back into rhythm. Still, unhurried, silent. Every watch goes the same way. Not for glory, just to make sure a trespasser that once knew this yard won't come back again.
It was absolutely wild watching them hunt at night.
To understand how it acts, you just have to watch how it moves in silence. In the dark, where every motion has a purpose, the raccoon begins its real life. When the sun goes down, its rhythm starts. Eyes adjust to the faintest light, and its sense of smell is so sharp that a single trace of leftover food is enough to lead it straight into a backyard. They hunt when the whole farm is asleep. It's not a chase, it's a slow, careful approach, step by step, pause by pause, listening. The slightest sound, and the whole group freezes. Raccoons never rush. They listen. They watch. One might even stand upright, not out of curiosity, but calculation. Once the area feels safe, they push deeper, into the backyard, the attic, under the porch, or right beside the chicken coop. Infrared lights capture them moving, quietly, precisely, as if following a routine they've memorized. They don't just take one bird, they take the whole flock. Their hunting instinct drives them to keep going until nothing moves. For a farmer, one break-in can mean losing 20 to 50 chickens in just a few minutes. And that's where the real problem begins. If they do it once, they'll come back. If they come back, they'll teach their young to follow. Soon, the human backyard becomes a regular hunting route. Beyond livestock losses, the greater danger comes from rabies. Raccoons can carry the virus without showing early symptoms. Even when trapped, their saliva, on cage bars, in the water dish, or on the floor, can spread infection to dogs, cats, or nearby livestock. That's why controlling raccoons isn't about wiping out nature. It's about keeping balance, so what lives beyond the fence doesn't turn into a constant threat, and what lives within it is still there come morning. On a farm, everything that holds value is protected in silence. And sometimes that silence itself is the line that keeps the peace. We don't hunt for sport. We do it to protect our animals and to protect life on this land.
1, 2, 3.
Holy shit, you splattered that fucker. I'm glad I didn't even pull the trigger. Did you see that?
Oh my god.
The sun rises, but the watch isn't over. And as the light reaches into the woods, the rhythm there changes too. Slower, deeper, and quiet in its own way. Before stepping in, the air rifle is checked for pressure and sight alignment. The pellet pouch sits tight at the hip, with nothing extra that could make noise. The woods have their own kind of daytime silence. Light filters down in layers through the canopy, and even the smallest sound stands out against the forest floor. Each step has to be slow and low. Heel first, toe after. No snapping dry leaves. As we approach the nesting area, movement slows even more. No walking straight in. We circle in a wide arc, so the nest never sits directly in our line of approach. The hiding spot comes next. A large tree trunk a few meters from the nest, just enough to cover half a body while still giving a clear view of the opening. From here, nothing moves. We stay still and let the woods accept our presence. Breathing softens, falls into rhythm, matching the quiet of everything around us. Then the signal appears. Inside the darkness of the nest hole, something shifts. A patch of fur comes forward, round eyes open, scanning the ground below as if checking the familiar territory. This is the moment where patience matters more than action. Hold still, no sound. Let the animal choose to step out and reveal the clearest moment on its own.
This one fought it, then you shot him, right? Well, I shot him in the back, 'cause that's the only shot I had. Stop right there.
But behavior is only part of the story. It's the timing of their appearance that reveals the full picture. Raccoons are most active from late summer through the end of winter. As the nights turn colder, wild fruit becomes scarce, insects fade away, and natural food sources can no longer feed the whole group. That's when they turn toward neighborhoods and farms, places where food is stored, easy to reach, and rich in scent. Their movement peaks between 9 p.m. and around 4 a.m. That's when the house lights go out, traffic dies down, and the yard settles into its natural quiet. For a species that depends on hearing and memory, silence is the perfect condition. They read their surroundings through the faintest cues, the creak of a wooden door, a loose chain swaying in the wind, or a footstep that lands off rhythm on the ground. On nights with still air, when no leaves are rustling, or when clouds cover the moon and the light fades, that's when they come most often. They don't rush in right away. Raccoons usually watch from a distance, find cover, then move in short segments, keeping low to minimize detection. Once they've found a safe entry point and a steady food source, the pattern repeats night after night. The first time is a test, to see if they'll be noticed. The second, to measure distance and escape routes. By the third time, it's no longer exploration. It's an established feeding route. As the season goes on, their visits increase. Not because they're getting bolder, but because instinct has locked in the destination. For raccoons, once a path is proven safe, it doesn't just stay in memory. It gets passed down to the next generation.
Oh, he mad. Bye-bye. You got thudded. Nope. Damn, that was a good one.
That was a good one.
That's why every piece of equipment here isn't for show. It's chosen to do the right job in the right conditions. Each control operation has its own setup. Air rifles, used for close-range work, keeping noise low and handling targets discreetly. 25 caliber air rifles with scope-mounted cameras, for when more power is needed and for documenting each shot for transparency. Or 17 HMR rimfire rifles, the choice for situations requiring longer distance, 200 meters, flat trajectory, and consistent accuracy. Rail-mounted flashlights, to identify targets and stay safe when light is limited. Green laser aiming modules, attached to the optic, adjustable, and used to quickly confirm point of aim in difficult conditions. Every tool is selected for practical reasons, to minimize environmental impact, improve accuracy, and provide recorded evidence for review afterward. Before taking position, all equipment is rechecked. Everything is stored safely when not in use. And most importantly, every action follows local regulations, valid permits, and strict firearms safety principles. This work is done solely for pest control, to protect the farm, not for display, and always with responsibility at the forefront.
Benz. It's been a while since I've taken a raccoon with an offhand shot. You're about to see why. I'll show you to find a good spot to set up while keeping Piper from running at the thing. I finally got on him, and then this happened.
Every action begins with observation. Cameras and fencing, the two silent night guards, take on that role. Trail cameras are placed along the edge of the woods and at entry points around the yard. They record nighttime movement, helping us identify the timing, approach direction, and return frequency of raccoons. This information removes guesswork and lets us plan based on what's actually happening. The electric fence is used for prevention, not harm. It's set to low voltage, calibrated to safety standards, meant to stop intrusions, making the raccoon hesitate and turn back before it ever reaches the coop. These two tools work quietly, without disturbance, yet play a crucial role in keeping the farm at peace. And like every part of the control process, all of it is done within local regulations, guided by safety, responsibility, and the principle of avoiding unnecessary harm.
You sure there ain't a blood? Well, oh, nope, there it goes.
There's three. Straight over to the right, that big tree.
Heads up.
Good. How the fuck can I hit that motherfucker? I thought I hit too low.
The quiet out here doesn't just happen. It's held together by time, attention, and long nights no one talks about. We're not here to challenge nature, only to remind you, this place is home. Some things belong to the woods. Some belong to this patch of earth. And when everything stays where it should, life moves the way it's meant to. Tonight is the same, calm, steady, unspoken. If you value the simple things that keep this place at peace, subscribe and share Famigo Farm. We'll be here tonight and every night after.